This segment of the show is all dedicated to the sports fans out here. Now, you got no better person than to give it to you live right here. Now, let's talk about this game, sir. What do you know, and what are your thoughts?
Well, every week we want to talk about one of the special games happening with our, as I told you earlier, and there was a big game this weekend with the the number one team in the area is Peoria Notre Dame versus Peoria High. Notre Dame has completed a sweep of Manual already, and it was looking to complete the sweep of Peoria High, and it was good. It was a good game.
And what school did you go to?
I went to Peoria High School.
I went to Peoria High too. Might be a little bias over here.
Yeah, not really.
Clean sweep.
Really. Now, if I had a picture in the gym, it'd be some bias. But I don't have no picture in the gym, so nobody knows I went to Peoria High School.
So listen, anyway, faculty, you need to get on that.
Yeah, disrespectful ain't the word. But that's another show.
No. Now y'all done. Watch what happens.
Show. But anyway,
about to rename that school.
Game goes into overtime. I believe it was 55-53. Notre Dame wins the game. And what I took away from the game was, we have a little ways to go when it comes to our development and our kids on the court and off the court. And this part of the challenge is to motivate our kids to compete harder, to do more, to work harder, and to be a little bit more competitive and prideful in everything that they do. Now, the Peoria High's got a young basketball team, so you expect what I expected, what I saw, I expected. So, but Notre Dame gets all the credit. They came in there, they withstood many furious Peoria High rallies and runs, and they held serve. They got probably the best backcourt in the city with the Dillon brothers, and I don't know what Division II college they're going to, but they're going to school together to play basketball, which is awesome. But each of our schools will get a crack at them sometime in the playoffs, so in the state tournament. So, but it was a well played game, and I'm excited about the future of Peoria Public Schools athletics.
Anything stand out in the game? Anything special highlight?
Yeah, I mean there was a couple of monster dunks, and there was a couple of athletic plays from players on both sides. I thought Peoria High came out very aggressive defensively. I thought they played a smart defensive game in the first three quarters, but got a little bit, young teams get a little bit lose concentration easily. They lost a little bit of concentration, and Notre Dame's an experienced team. They took advantage of it. I didn't know that the coach had got thrown out in the JV game, so there was an interim coach, so they held serve. You got to respect it, and they held their serve as the number one team in the city.
Now, everybody on that end just said thrown out. Wait, what happened? What happened?
I didn't know exactly what happened. I heard that he had some words with a referee in the JV game, and the referee threw him out. Yeah. And so when you get thrown out of the JV game, you can't come back and coach the varsity game. So. It's unfortunate.
He's kicking himself for that one.
But they held serve though. I'm big on cultures more than I am on players. I love when coaches come in and establish a great culture. To work in a great culture is awesome. It makes everything feel worth it. It doesn't feel like work when the culture of everything is really good. And that's what Peoria basketball was known for. Yeah. It's having, Dick Van Syok and Emmanuel Wayne Hamilton at Central, and then Chuck Fisher and then Ray McLean all had one thing in common. They had great cultures within their team. They had guys who are bought into what it took to become a great student athlete. Everyone maximized their potential, and that's what it was all about. And that's what we're looking to establish keep establishing as we go forward.
Now you're already having quite an impact here. Sometimes we don't know what all the viewers see, what all they miss on the shows. But he is actually making a difference at an early age for the kids in this area to try to shape them into the players of the future. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the specific programs and stuff that you're doing to develop those type of skills down the line, and anything that they could be doing at home to mimic what you're doing to help their kids develop?
Yeah, I mean we're doing a lot of different programs for our kids to develop. We're looking to we've already completed a whole basketball season, which was predicated upon practice more than it was playing. Our kids need to work a lot more and practice with other kids and not individual trainers and things of that nature. So we went through that segment. Just this past week, we started with what I call the youth skills experience, and it's from for the next 2 weekends, and we may add another weekend, which will be the weekend of the 1st and the weekend of the 8th of February, and we're looking to add another weekend because we had to cancel the first weekend of the 18th of January. So and this is less specific on a sport and more specific on footwork, coordination, quickness, strength. Just learning how to do specific skill activities like push-ups and jump rope and jumping jacks and all those things that we did as kids naturally that kids just probably don't do as much anymore. So we want to introduce that to them and get them prepared for the next sport to come. And the next sport to come is soccer. So I'm teaming with some guys in the soccer area. We're going to start preseason soccer training inside.
Oh, nice.
And then once preseason soccer training gets going, then we're going to start outside. But then in between then, there's going to be an introduction to cheerleading for all of our K through 4 students in Peoria Public Schools. So anything that I see that can benefit our kids and get them out the house and into an activity, that's what we're going to do. And love taking suggestions from the community. Love has had a slew of great volunteers helping out and getting themselves passionate about reestablishing the culture of our children.
So what do you say to the dads and moms that are at home right now watching, and they've got a young lady or a young man that is interested in the sports, and they want to get them involved in it? What can they be doing at home to help facilitate what sports can do for their kids?
Well, for the parents to get kids on track for success, first you have to help them identify what their passion is. A lot of kids don't know what their passion is. It could be art, it could be coloring, it could be drawing, it could be basketball, football, baseball, cheerleading. It could be gymnastics. Whatever it is, it's our job as parents to identify it. And then once we identify it, you have to get them around kids who are doing the same thing. It's less about individual training. I see a lot of parents going towards, individual training. Individual training was created for professionals. People don't understand that. Professionals hire individual trainers to make sure that they stay in shape, to stay solid, to stay sharp. They don't get better with an individual trainer. That's not the purpose of it. It's somehow flipped into parents thinking that an 8-year-old individual trainer is going to make them better. The difference is you have to learn how to play against someone if it's a competitive sport. You have to learn how to play against experience to get that experience. I call it instinct. You only can get, once you master something, everything within that becomes instinct. And you can only develop that by doing it over and over and over again. So it's like, for example, if you got on stage and somebody told you to perform, you would kick in and you would know exactly what to do.
Got that, baby.
You know what I mean? Even if you haven't done it in 10 years,
wouldn't matter.
You wouldn't even matter. That's called instinct.
Come on.
But if somebody that getting into this game that may have gotten on stage and they said rap and they like,
man,
how y'all doing out there?
It's different.
Boo, like, you know what I'm saying? So same thing with sports. You want to get them with other kids first. Let them develop that as they get knocked down.
And they do that. They get with the other kids by starting off. They need to go to a website, right?
Go to a website.
Okay.
Get with the other kids. I mean, we like to do everything group wise. We're not doing individual training right now. So you can start getting more information from our website, www.peoriapublicschools.org/youth athletics. So we're going to have a lot of content and what's coming next. You're going to be able to see what we've been doing. It's already up. We just got it finalized this past Wednesday. So I've had to working this weekend, so I've been able to get to it.
So the parents can actually kind of see what's going on.
They'll be able to go sign up for what we have coming up. The website is going to continue to grow. So we just happy to have a one-stop shop.
If these kids are really serious about athletics and going down that path, what should the parents be thinking about at home, like as far as like a diet or as far as like a workout or chores, or what time should they be going to bed? What's ideal to create a good environment that nurtures a person that wants to be a ball player or soccer player, anything?
What I would say is, like, let the kids be kids. Don't turn them into professional soccer players at age 7. Let them play every sport. Let them gravitate towards what they feel makes them great. It's not your choice. I have a daughter. I never made her play basketball. She gravitated towards it. I would say take the pressure off. You know what I mean? And stop putting the pressure on because it's not helping them. They're going to either push away or they're going to push to something else. So that's what I would say. Let it develop itself. Your job as a parent is more to find out what activities are happening in the area, i.e. Peoria Public School kids, sending them to our events, and there's some other things going on out there that they can be a part of, whatever it is, get them involved. Those relationships that they develop, those relationships that they grow will be very, because what kids learn a lot from other kids. People don't understand that. I learned basketball while watching Michael Jordan come fly with me and playing with
I got the VHS literally downstairs.
Yes, the classic, and playing with my friends. So they would do a move that I like. I'm like, I'm going to get that. I'm going to steal that. And I'm going to master it because I can shoot. You can't. So it's going to look better on me. So that's kind of you learn kids. You can put your kids, once you put your kids in school, you see the change immediately. They start bringing some of the stuff not good, but they start bringing stuff home that they see from their friends, that their friends are doing. So keep them involved socially, and don't put the pressure on them to become anything until they decide that this is what I really want to do. Now they can start putting the work in to do it.
Well, what advice would you give the parents out there that see their kid, from the minute they come home, it's just on the cell phone, it's on the video games. What advice do you give for the parents that want their kids to be engaged in a healthy activity? What is it that they need to be doing, what they need to be thinking of, so that the kid doesn't feel, like they're being forced to do it to where they hate it more? The classic, you force your kids to go to church at an early age, maybe they'll resent that at a later age, so you kind of weigh the battle. So, hey, I think it happened to a lot of us. But what do you say to those parents that just don't know how to get their kids motivated, but they want their kids to be in a sport?
You got to be creative. You got to be smart. You just got to say, hey, you're playing basketball at the park today. I saw a bunch of kids out there. I think you should go out there. You want me to take you over there? No, Ma. Okay, I want to take you over there. This is how it's got to happen. If they love it, they'll jump at the opportunity to go play. If they don't,
so just get involved.
Develop a good relationship, parent relationship, not best friend relationship, parent relationship with your child. That's what I suggest.
Okay, and I think that was the questions that I had from the audience. So outside of that, what are we looking at here, football wise? Who's going to win this Super Bowl? What's going on here? What's your thoughts on this? I know people are dying.
That's going to be a fun football game, battle of attrition. I think I don't.
You got a winner pick yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because I like both teams. I've enjoyed watching both teams throughout the year. It's the era of the quarterback, obviously. But, defense plays a big part in all Super Bowls. So it's not, Patrick Mahomes is an outstanding. He's one of those guys that has that gift to play with instinct. And that's why I love watching guys that play with instinct. He's one of those guys. So
okay.
We'll hold that off for another segment and get deeper into the Super Bowl. But,
got you.
It's going to be an exciting one, man. I'm looking forward to that one.
Now, speaking of Super Bowl, what we got going on there, sir? That's your spot.
Q for you, February 2nd, Super Bowl celebration down at the Q for you. I believe it's 301 MacArthur Highway, right across from Valeska Hidden School, right across from Shell gas station down by the Village Green. Also, if you into karaoke, make sure you come down there every other Friday. So we did it this past Friday, which is, what was that date this past Friday? I'm asking the wrong dude.
Wrong dude for the date.
But it's the following Friday. Let me look at my phone real quick. I can find that real quick for y'all.
And then with a name like Q for you, I mean, I've been down there and I've ate, but this is like a family thing for you down there. Now, tell us some of the kind of food that they're slinging down there, because I had some ribs, I had some of them all beef hot dogs, I done had some fish, I think, from down there.
I love the rib tips. I love the half-pound rib tips. I also love. I'm a pork tenderloin guy.
Okay.
They got a great pork tenderloin. They got great pulled pork. They got great ribs, great slabs of ribs. They also sell hamburger. They also sell. They get the wings, lemon pepper wings, seasoning.
And then they got a special during the day, right?
Got a special during
like
the day.
$5 for like
$5 snack pack where you can get a quarter pound of tips or a quarter pound of ribs and fries.
Man.
Only $5. Make sure you get down there.
If you me, it's only $10 because
Yep.
you need a couple of them things.
But we also do, if you want to do a birthday party, great rates for a birthday party. We've had several down there, and it's a great setup because it's not too big, it's not too small. It fills up, and it feels real good inside. So make sure you sign up and find the phone number to set up a reservation for a birthday party. Also, we do, like I said, my karaoke weekends. I think the next one is Valentine's Day. So if you want to sing a sweet nothing to your Valentine, this would be a great time to come down. Cute for you. We usually start the karaoke about 10 o'clock p.m. It's open at 11 o'clock a.m. all the way till about 1 a.m. We have a 1 o'clock license. So come down there every other Friday. Friday, February 14th to be our next one, so we hope to see you there.
Okay, very, very cool. For those of y'all that just are having a hard time picturing where Q for You is, if you ever been to Mojo's, now y'all remember Mojo's, it was here for a couple years. They had some of the best food. That tradition's continuing over there, except the food's even better. So if you remember where Mojo's is, that's where Q for You is.